Well, hi everybody. Thank you so much for coming to our very first ever Ambassador Showcase. Woo! I am so excited for this opportunity to celebrate all of my favorite human beings in our Ambassadors program. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Paris Flynn. I have the honor and privilege of being the manager of our Ambassadors program here in Massachusetts and Rhode Island. So thank you guys all so much for joining us here tonight. I'm sure we all know about our Ambassadors program, but if you aren't familiar, I just want to let you know really quick that when I joined Best Buddies about a year and a half ago, we kind of built our program up from the ground, and it has been such a delight building up this program, revitalizing it, and with the help of our amazing participants, it has been an absolutely amazing year and a half. And a little bit about what we do in our program. So we're all kind of familiar with the medical model of disability, right? That's kind of the society that we all grew up in is modeled around the medical model of disability, which views disability as something that's inherently wrong with people, that something needs to be fixed about them or cured in order for them to fit into society. But we at Best Buddies and we in our Ambassadors program are here to teach everybody about the social model of disability, which views disability as not something inherently wrong with somebody. We know that every single person in this room and every single person on this planet is very unique and individual and has their own set of skills and weaknesses and qualities, and it's our individuality and our uniqueness that is our strength. And that's what our Ambassador program is all about, is really focusing on our strengths and advocating for them and trying to reteach ourselves of the boundaries that our society and maybe the people in our lives has set for us, and making our own new goals and dreams based on what we want to achieve in the world, not what the world tells us. So thank you all so much for coming. Before I pass it over to my very good friend Andre to get the night started, I just want to do a quick shout out, one to our amazing staff and all of our amazing participants and all of the wonderful guests who came here and bought tickets to support us tonight. But also I want to give a huge shout out to all of the parents that we have in the room today of ambassadors in our program. If you don't mind, I would love it if all of our parents could just stand up for 1 second, because you are the people who have reared these amazing human beings. So, woo! Woo-hoo! Every single person in our program blows me away every single day with their kindness, their empathy, their motivation, their drive, and their passion for making sure that everybody feels included and nobody ever feels left out. I go home from work every single day with a smile because of how amazing all these people are. So thank you all for bringing them into the world and making them the amazing people that they are. And with that said, I'll hand it over to my good friend Andre.
Good evening, everyone. Oh, come on. That was low. I said good evening, everyone. Good evening. Oh, yeah, that's much better. So, good evening, everyone. I am Andre Williams. I am a member of the Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island Young Professionals Council. I was also formerly on the Best Buddies International Young Leaders Council, and I am a participant in our jobs program. I am also a state ambassador of over 13 years. Now, for those of you who don't know, our Ambassadors program is a free program available to anyone of any age or ability who is looking to develop their public speaking, self-advocacy, and their leadership skills. The Ambassadors program has impacted me in so many profound ways. I was able to speak in front of over 1,000 people last winter at the Harvard Model UN, and I have never looked back. Since then, I have been able to deliver an address at the Boston Biotech Awards and even co-host the MDDC and ARC Legislative Reception this past winter. Among many other amazing speaking opportunities, being a part of the Ambassadors program has helped me to become more outgoing and really step out of my shell. So let's talk about our program's growth and what we collectively accomplished this past year. So, as Paris mentioned, we set off at the beginning of 2024 with a goal of radically expanding our offerings, developing curriculum, implementing more trainings, recruiting, and training more ambassadors and providing more speaking engagement opportunities for our participants. In 2024, we led 34 group trainings for our ambassadors, and one was even co-led and curated by one of our state ambassadors, Fran. So give that up. We also trained 50 active ambassadors into our program, which was a 250% increase from the 20 we had in the previous year. Can you believe that? We also crushed our goal for speaking engagements by 300%, with over 60 speaking engagement opportunities for our ambassadors in 2024. Our ambassadors were invited to speak at many amazing locations, from our own founder and CEO's home at the Kennedy Compound to Polar Park in Worcester and the Massachusetts State House in Boston. Our participants were also featured on local TV shows and radio stations and spoke at countless community centers, schools, businesses, organizations, and different events. We even had our very own ambassador, Richard B., honored for Hats Off to Heroes on the field at Fenway Park last spring. For the first time in history, 2 of our Massachusetts State ambassadors were selected to share their speeches on stage at the Best Buddies Leadership Conference closing ceremonies. And also for the first time in history, both were inducted as global ambassadors for Best Buddies International this past January. So tonight is all about celebrating this wonderful program and what it does for all of us participants in helping us to become more confident, stronger leaders, better advocates, and truly grow into the best version of ourselves. Tonight is the very first Ambassador Showcase, meaning that it is the very first opportunity for us all to come together to support the growth and expansion of this program, as well as to sustain its current efforts. We are also raising money tonight to support our current ambassadors that are seeking to attend the Best Buddies Leadership Conference this summer on the Ambassadors track. I have had the distinct pleasure of attending the conference 6 times, including this past summer. Now, what I love about attending the conference is I get to meet so many inspiring people from around the world, build new friendships and connections, and I absolutely love the Sunday night dance where we all come together for one last time before it's back home to reality. Ugh. As a returning veteran, I was invited to be on the Advanced Ambassador track last year, where I got to visualize my ambitions and goals for the future, and even practice taking photos with a professional camera, as becoming a professional photographer is a big dream of mine. Now, by coming to this event and supporting us tonight, and by continuing to donate throughout this evening, you are supporting so many participants who will be embarking on this life-changing journey for the first time. And I am excited to say, I will also be returning to the conference this summer, and I'm also excited to be a part of the largest ambassador class this region has had yet, as we will be sending 15 participants to the conference. So I just want to say that I am glad that you are all here tonight, and I want you to know how much I appreciate every single one of you for all that you do. Whether as a fellow ambassador, parent, or a staff member, you all make our community a better place. And we thank you for supporting our program. Go ahead. Now, let's reflect on the amazing weekend we had at BBLC last year. Now, you might see a few familiar faces or notice the voices of Shane and Melinda as they voice over the video.
Yeah, Andre! Woo!
We're having some fun here tonight. There if it wasn't for all of you. We wouldn't be here for 35 years if it wasn't for this specific event.
Close to 2,000 student leaders, volunteers, all here to learn about inclusion, to learn how to take those lessons back to their schools and communities, and really advocate for themselves and for everyone in our program.
Are you ready to be a part of this revolution?
I don't think about the challenges because I turned my challenges into my strengths.
The more and more I got involved in Best Buddies through the years, the more I started to realize the changes I was going through. Best Buddies has helped me become a better leader, friend, and most importantly, a better sibling to my younger brother, Lucas.
At the end of the day, we cannot change the world unless we change our mindset.
Never give up, be patient, always trust in yourself, and your dreams will come true. Let's go, Best Buddies!
And we want to change the game for what's possible for people with intellectual disabilities, help us change the world with the power of friendship.
And we all have our abilities and our capabilities, and those are our strengths.
People believe in me, but it gets me through hard times and makes the bad times even better.
Your differences are your strength, and the world needs everything that makes you you.
If you want to make the world a better place, take the leadership to make that change. Every human being in this room has a great gift and a great gift from God.
I too can achieve anything.
You want to be on the winning team?
Bring this energy back to your chapters, your home states.
Be like me. Never give up.
Clinic speed.
Alright, hi everyone. I have friends from Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island. It is Shane Walsh. I'm the Best Buddies Global Ambassador for all of you that do not know me. I'm originally from Massachusetts and really bummed out that I can't be with all of you guys here tonight for the Ambassador Showcase. I'm at school currently as a freshman at James Madison University. And I just want to say how much the Ambassador program, especially through Best Buddies in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, has impacted my life. Inclusion as a mission runs really deep within my family. My youngest brother, Lucas, is nonverbal and has autism, and he is really a big inspiration for me on why I ever got involved in organizations like Best Buddies. I've also had the unbelievable blessing of attending the Best Buddies International Leadership Conference the past 2 years, and I'm really excited to be back this summer for my 3rd year. I've been once as a chapter president when I was in high school, and last year I got to go on the ambassador track and actually speak at closing ceremonies. And I always tell people when they ask me about the event, I truly do believe that it changes my life every single weekend. And it's always something that I'm just looking forward to from the moment I land back home in Massachusetts from Indiana. But I'll wrap it up. I just wanted to step in and say hello and also just congratulate all of my fellow state and global ambassadors from Massachusetts and Rhode Island. You guys are the light in so many people's lives. Keep spreading that mission of inclusion because we have so much more left to accomplish, and I can't wait to see you guys this summer. Have a great
Yay, Shane. And also, before we move on, can I just hear another round of applause for Andre? Because that was incredible. What an amazing speaker he is. Blows me away every time. Well, Andre just gave us an amazing background about the Best Buddies Leadership Conference, and you guys just got to see a sneak peek of it through our eyes. And as Andre mentioned, we are so incredibly proud to share that 2 of our ambassadors for the Massachusetts and Rhode Island program were selected to become global ambassadors this January, which is so exciting. So let's give a quick round of applause to Shane and Melinda. Huge round of applause, not to every single one of our ambassadors, but especially the ambassadors who went above and beyond. These ambassadors attended over 5 trainings and over 5 speaking engagements this past year, which is absolutely incredible. So I want to give a quick shout out to these 10 participants. And I also want to give a very quick shout out to our amazing half-hour heroes. That's another fantastic thing that we're so excited to introduce in 2024. And we had so many amazing people, not just from our community of Massachusetts and Rhode Island, but we actually had people from all over the country join us once a month to speak to our participants about their experience, why inclusion is important to them, why advocating for a sense of belonging in their communities has been such an integral part of their life. So it looks like we have a couple cut off in the front there. We're missing our friend James B. Jones, who I'm so sad to inform you guys, I got an email at 5 a.m. this morning that he hit his head on his oil tank. I don't know if that was his car oil tank or his oil tank in his house, but he unfortunately is not going to join us tonight unless he surprised me. But I don't think he did. I think he would have shouted me out if he had. So unfortunately, James B. Jones won't be joining us tonight, but he is getting his award in honor tonight because he was the most voted on half-hour hero that we had in 2024. So let's hear it for James, even though we can't give him his award. And now, I have the distinct pleasure of inviting my very, very good friend, Melinda Lugo, to the stage, who is a newly inducted global ambassador and a very, very good friend of mine. So please congratulate and introduce Melinda. I'm just going to make a quick disclaimer for all my participants. After that, use these stairs. That's why I moved the podium over here. But Melinda can do what she wants. Thank you.
Hi, everybody. Most people grow up fantasizing about the day they can get their license, earn their independence, land their ideal job, and get their dream car. And growing up, those are the questions they get asked. What do you want to do when you grow up? Where do you want to go to college? When are you getting a license? Unfortunately, for a lot of people with disabilities, we don't get asked those questions because people don't think those things are in the cards for us. They assume we aren't capable. Well, they're wrong. Hi, my name is Melinda. I have been a part of Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island for over 10 years. I am a member of the Assumption University Friendship Chapter and a graduate of the JOBS program. I love Best Buddies because their program taught me to love myself, become a self-advocate, know my worth, and not just achieve my goals, but accomplish my wildest dreams. I have learned through my experiences that dreams happen in the most unexpected ways. I have come a long way throughout my Best Buddies journey. I first joined through the JOBS program, which helps people with intellectual and developmental disabilities to secure jobs they enjoy and build meaningful careers. I landed an amazing job at UMass Memorial Hospital in January 2017 through this program, and I still work there to this day. shortly after graduating from the JOBS program, I joined Ambassadors. Ambassadors is a program that makes your dreams come true. I have experienced a complete transformation internally since joining this program. It has helped me to realize who I really am. My whole life, people have told me who I am and what I am capable of, and I allowed their words to define how I viewed myself. I allowed myself to be limited by others' opinions. However, being in this program surrounded by people who uplift and encourages each other, I have found a new way. I realized that I could achieve on my own and that I could do anything I set my mind to. From this moment on, I started making goals for myself based on my own dreams, not other people's expectations of me. No one in my life ever thought I would be able to drive, but I decided they were wrong. And after several attempts, I earned my license. People thought I could never save up enough of my own money to buy a car, but I did. And I got my dream ride, a Mini Cooper Countryman S. I spent my whole life in the corner, and people never thought I would be capable of anything extraordinary. But I am. I will never forget when I was pulled aside and told that I was picked out of hundreds to give my speech on stage at the Best Buddies Leadership Conference closing ceremonies in front of nearly 2,000 people. I will never forget the stage lights beaming in my face and the sound of applause coming from the crowd. I couldn't believe how loud they cheered for me. I could barely get through my last few lines. It was so awesome to feel so loved and encouraged by so many people. My life changed in that moment, and since then I have gone to have so many amazing experiences, from speaking at Anthony Kennedy Shriver's house to getting to read my speech in front of Patriots quarterback Drake May and hang out with him. If you told me 3 years ago that I would have these experiences, I would have never believed you. But because I have believed in myself, these dreams have become my reality. So my message to you today is to never give up, be patient, always trust in yourself, and your dreams will come true. My name is Melinda, and I am so proud to be one of the first global ambassadors from Massachusetts. I cannot express how grateful I am for this program, for completely transforming my world and giving me a life of experiences I could have never imagined. Thank you for hearing my story today, and thank you for supporting our Massachusetts Ambassador Program so I can continue to change people's lives the way it has changed mine. I'm going to leave you with a piece of advice I gave to a new member of our program last week. If you give Best Buddies a chance, they will make your dreams come true. Thank you.
Yeah, Melinda! Woo! I said she can do what she wants. Thank you so much, Melinda. That was absolutely amazing. And if anybody really loved that and wants to see some more, come to our Polar Park Walk on May 17th, and Melinda's going to be giving another speech. Amazing job, Melinda. I am now so excited to introduce to the stage another very good friend of mine, State Ambassador Alexander Saffel. I see. He's not in his assigned seat, but he's coming. Well, this means I get to give him a little introduction while he comes down. Alexander is actually one of the first participants that I met when I started my role. I met him at the Boston Friendship Walk in 2023, which is one of the first events that I ever went to. And I was so blown away by how kind and polite Alex was. And I'm not going to give away what he showed me that day, but I think he has some more to show you today too. But Alex is an incredibly good friend of mine, and he has grown so much in this past year, and I'm so proud of him. And I'm so excited to hear what he has to say to all of us today. So welcome, Alexander.
Hello, everyone. How are you guys doing tonight? Well, that's great to hear. And for those of you who just got here, welcome to our showcase event. And thank you so much for joining us for a wonderful evening in benefit of our amazing Ambassadors Program. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexander Saffel, and I have autism. I am a Best Buddies State Ambassador, a participant in eBuddies, Jobs, and our Citizens Program, and I am also a gold medal winning Special Olympian. I joined Best Buddies Jobs in 2022, and then the Ambassadors Program just over a year ago. Since then, I have grown so much as a person, becoming a stronger public speaker, leader, and advocate for myself and other people living with disabilities. Best Buddies has impacted my life greatly in so many ways. One of the largest being all of the people it has brought to my life. Because that's what I really needed after leaving school. When you think about your friendships, especially as a kid, so many of those connections are made in school. When we graduate and lose that social orbit, it can be really isolating, especially for people with IDD. Best Buddies swapped in at that time and brought me a whole new family of friends and mentors. And this was an entirely new and welcoming experience, for even though I was a part of a community in my schooling years, I wasn't always made to feel welcome or accepted. Since first joining Best Buddies, I have found that I am always welcome and accepted with open arms. I have been able to meet so many staff and other friends and participants through the program, including my new buddy match, Miriam. And they are all so nice and polite. they were willing to talk to me once I met them, and so many of us have many things in common. I have had some wonderful experiences as an ambassador, including the amazing opportunity to speak in front of 400 people at Borndale Elementary School last year. I shared my story and also educated the audience on disability etiquette and neurodiversity awareness. I also attended the Best Buddies Hyannis Port Challenge and got to hand out medals to all of the riders. This past summer, I even attended the Best Buddies Leadership Conference, which was the experience of a lifetime. I pushed myself outside of my comfort zone, as this was my first time going to such a large event and being away from home on my own for so long. Even though it was a really new experience and a bit overwhelming, I gained so much from it and am so glad I went. I got to work on a speech with a staff member from Texas and share my story in front of people from around the country. Through all of these experiences that Best Buddies has given me, I have made so many new friends, gained confidence, and become a better advocate. Outside of Best Buddies, I am also a Special Olympian, and I have won 85 medals. $52 of which are gold. Before I continue, do you guys want to see my medals? All right, so here's those small bronze right here. Can you guys see them okay? Yes, sir. Okay, that one's from the basketball playoffs. And I have the gold medal right here from the Giant Slalom for alpine skiing. And this other bronze right here is also from skiing, but it's from the regular slalom. And then last, but certainly not least, this is the silver, and it's from the basketball state tournament. You guys ready to move on? All right, we'll do. I have won these in basketball, swimming, alpine skiing, bowling, and flag football. I am also an elevator enthusiast, and I enjoy filming elevators. I got to film 19 elevators while on my trip to the Best Buddies Leadership Conference and 14 at the Best Buddies Friendship Rock in Rhode Island. Best Buddies hasn't just brought new friends to my life, but it also has brought new elevators to my life. Not only that, I even met a fellow elevator enthusiast at the conference. I hope that by listening to my words today, you have the courage and strength to include people, whether you're playing sports, games, working together, eating lunch, or even attending events. I would like like to read a very important passage. And it says, "Therefore, encourage one another and build each other up." Thank you all for taking the time to hear me speak, and I really appreciate that, and I hope you guys enjoyed my speech.
I don't know about you guys, but I've already teared up twice tonight, so thanks, guys. My makeup's gonna get all messed up. Thank you so much, Alex. That was incredible. We now have our final speech giver of the night. I'm so excited to introduce my good friend, Jose Mesmar. I'm so proud of him as well, and he has a really powerful message to share with all of us tonight. So please welcome my friend, Jose.
Thank you, Paris. As I stand here on this stage today, would you believe me if I told you that when I was born, people said that I should be sent away because of my diagnosis meant I could never be capable of living a happy and fulfilling life? Good evening. My name is Jose Mesmar. I am a Best Buddies State Ambassador, Jobs Program participant, and Lions Clubs International member in District 33K. By the way, Anthony Baliola, could you please stand and be recognized? Because you were just elected recently as the district governor-elect. I want to start by thanking you all for joining us here tonight to celebrate this wonderful organization. I have had so many amazing experiences due to Best Buddies and my other involvements, from being on live radio and TV to receiving an award from Lions Clubs International for my dedicated humanitarian services and fundraising efforts. I have even delivered a speech at the Polar Park Best Buddies Friendship Walk in front of hundreds of people and attended special events such as the Evening of Opportunity and Boston Biotech Awards. I have been blessed to be on the receiving end of much kindness and generosity from others in my life, and due to this, I have made it a priority in my life to go out of my way to be a source of kindness and support for others, regardless of their background or ability. And I hope to be a source of hope and support for you by sharing my story today, for I have not always had it easy. When I was younger, I had a hard time standing up for myself. There was some external negativity that was a strong force in my life. I was diagnosed with autism at a very young age. And upon this diagnosis, many folks told my mother to give up on me. She was told by some to put me in a living facility and abandon me. They believed I would not be able to become an independent and successful man due to my disability. Even my own father doubted me and chose not to remain in my life. Well, so he was wrong. And so were all of the dissenters who encouraged my mother not to believe in who I could become. Many people rooted doubts in my family members and the people close to me. If I had allowed those roots to grow in myself, I would never have accomplished all of these amazing things in my life or have become the man that I am today. It is thanks to my mother standing by me and believing in me and teaching me to see my own potential beyond the limitations that others set that I have been able to thrive. I have grown so much since I was building like this as a middle schooler in the early 2000s. The world has opened up for me since then. In my early years in school, I struggled with being bullied and having confidence in myself. I also struggled to feel accepted and feel like sometimes I have had a harder time building relationships. I often wonder what it was about me and why others often had such an easier time making friends and connections than I did. As I got older, I joined the Lions Club, worked to obtain my associate's degree from Quinsigamond Community College, and joined the East Coast Jumbos hockey team, where I made friends and expanded my social circle. Making strong friendships and mentorship relationships have played a huge part of bringing me out of my shell, and Best Buddies had a major hand in that process. Through the Jobs program, College of the Holy Cross chapter, and Ambassadors program, I made new connections, saw my potential, and grew exponentially. Having the opportunity to share my story and connect with others through the Ambassadors program helped me to build independence, confidence, and self-esteem. It also helped me to realize how I could be an inspiration for others. It has been especially impactful to have the opportunity to speak in front of students, as I have been able to share with them how I felt when I was in their shoes and how they can overcome the challenges they currently face. I have still dealt with life events and hardship outside my work. However, through my involvement with Best Buddies and the communities that I have built, I have been able to overcome these challenges. I have found a community to lean on and grow with. My message to you today is to say no to bullies and never allow their false projections on you to seep into your own perception of yourself. Who you are, whoever you believe you are, and you can accomplish whatever you set your mind to believing you can. Never allow others to underestimate you, and if they do, the best solution to that negativity is by proving them wrong, by becoming who you know you can become. Your abilities do not define you, and the boxes others put you in do not constrain you. Step out and reach for the stars. Thank you again for joining us this evening. I am hopeful attendee at the Best Buddies Leadership Conference this summer. My dream is to attend the Ambassador track so that I can strengthen my advocacy skills and bring about more inclusion within my community, as well as hopefully someday become a global ambassador. I will leave you with this quote from the late 39th United States President and fellow Lion, Jimmy Carter. We become not a melting pot, but a beautiful mosaic, different people, different beliefs, different yearnings, different hopes, different dreams. Thank you.
Yay, Jose! That was amazing. Before we move on to our next part of the night, can we just do one last round of applause for all of our amazing ambassadors who've given speeches so far? I am now so excited to invite to the stage all of our panelists who are going to answer some questions, and you can all get to know some of our participants a little bit better. So I welcome Jacob, Emily, David, Melinda, Cassidy, Michael. Come on up, and Jimmy. Woo-hoo! Good looking crowd, right?
Oh, yeah.
My friend Allie is going to unplug the presentation for a second so we can see our friends. And my good friend up there is maybe going to turn the projection off. We'll bear with it for a second. I have confidence that it will be fixed shortly, but we can get started while we're waiting. Well, first, hello, all of our panelists. Welcome to the stage. We're going to start with some introductions. So can my friend Jimmy please introduce himself and say what state you represent and what your title is?
Hi everybody, my name is James Keith. I live in North Danville, Massachusetts, and I'm a celebrity ambassador.
Hi, my name is Michael Heller. I'm from Belmont, Massachusetts, and I'm really excited to be here. Let me hand you this.
Hey everybody, my name is Cassidy Bauer. I am from Boston, Massachusetts. Go Massachusetts and Rhode Island. Yes. And I'm also a statewide ambassador.
Hi everyone, my name is Jacob. I'm from Bedford, Mass, and I'm a state ambassador.
Hi, my name is David Hubert. I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm an ambassador.
Hi, my name is Melinda. I'm from Worcester, Massachusetts, and I'm a global ambassador.
Hi everyone, my name is Emily. I am the only Rhode Island ambassador for the state of Rhode Island.
Well, hello everybody. Thank you all for joining us on the stage tonight and being the brave participants who are willing to answer some of our questions. We didn't practice it. But we might take a couple questions from the crowd too. So if you give us any hard questions, we'll work as a team to answer them. How's that sound?
Sounds great.
Alrighty. Well, I'm going to start with my first question of the night is for my friend James.
Yay, James.
James, is there a reason that some people here might recognize you? There's a couple reasons.
Yes, there's multiple reasons, and one of the reasons is that I am in the movie Champions with Woody Harrelson.
I feel like even more exciting than that is you went to North Andover Middle School.
I went to this very school and was very serious on this moment.
Kind of a full circle moment for you, isn't it, Jimmy?
Yeah, I played a pig on eating cookies in a trial when I was in middle school.
I did not know about that in our rehearsal. Wow. This is quite the full circle moment then.
Trust me, no one did except for my mom and my dad.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Jimmy. Before we move on, you just mentioned you were in Champions. Do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience being in Champions?
My experience being in Champions definitely was tremendous. I made a lot of amazing friends, and we still are in contact, and it definitely opened my eyes, and there's actually a thing going on that Champions 2 is officially in the works, and it's going to be filming in 2026. That'll be a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
And when you got bored behind stage, you and one of your co-stars used to play Thumb Wars, right? Can you tell us about that?
Right when I first met Woody Harrelson, I pulled a joke on him. I told him that his shoe was untied, and he completely fell for it, and his wardrobe people were going to come over and help him out. And then right after that, we started to play multiple games of Thumb Wars. He won it.
I'm sure you would beat him more often than he beat you.
You speak the truth?
On the note of your many jokes that you love to tell, you got to tell one of your favorite jokes that you just told to the crowd on stage at the leadership conference this past year, right?
Yeah, I fooled like 2,000 people with that joke. It was a very special day for me.
I don't know if anybody fell for it though.
They always do. I even got a friend that I played soccer with over text message.
How do you know that you got them?
Well, I started a group because I used to do unified soccer with the New England Revolution, and we're still in contact. And I texted them and said, "Hey, your shoes untied." 2 people said, "Nice try, Jimmy," but one person said, "Oh my God, Jimmy, you just got me."
Well, that's pretty silly if they checked their shoe and you weren't even in the room.
No, I'm just that talented.
Alrighty, well I have one more question for you, Jimmy, before we move on. You had a pretty cool experience. I know there's some people in the crowd who are going to be pretty excited about this one, my dad especially. But you recently received the Healthy Hero Award. Can you tell us a little bit about that and maybe who presented it to you?
I'm really honored that I got that award. It just shows that you can be healthy and be active outside of your Special Olympics sport. And the award inductee that I got it from was the starting point guard on the Celtics, Derek White.
So Derek was the one giving Jimmy the award. Yeah. Tells you a little something about my
And he said that he was gonna watch the movie, so I'm kind of happy. I really hope that you told Jason Tatum and all the other players to watch the movie. Maybe that might help them get further in the playoffs.
I bet you that's what they're doing right now. I bet you they're sitting watching Champions.
Oh, I hope so.
We'll know how they do next week. We'll base it on that. Yeah. Well, thank you so much, Jimmy, for answering those questions. You did an amazing job. We'll come back to you. Hand over to Mr. Michael. Mr. Giggles.
I like to be called that.
Everybody does.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Do you want me to ask you a question, or do you want to just go for it?
I'd rather just go for it. Everybody's enjoying my jokes.
Do you want to tell the audience a joke?
I think I am the most of Mr. Giggles in the world. I can laugh at anything. It is so hilarious. I'm here tonight to present my speech. It says...
You don't need to read that, Michael. It's okay.
No, I like to read this.
Okay, and then you can answer it too.
Okay. You do at the Wells Fargo kickoff event. What do you think about that? And
do you want me to answer for you, or do you want to answer it?
Yeah, you want to take turns?
Sure. Well, I'll tell you what, I think Michael gets invited back every year to speak at the Wells Fargo kickoff event for our Hyannis Sport Challenge every single year. It's a very, very fancy event. We get to go to the Seaport, and Michael has been strongly requested back multiple times. And I wanted him, because he has no problem boasting about himself, to tell us why he thinks that is, but I can tell you too. I think it's because Michael is one of the most charming people, and you get everybody in the room laughing and very, very excited about the challenge, and they feel absolutely horrible about not going, so everybody comes because you encourage them to.
Yeah, because everybody has been so great with Wells Fargo. I'm telling you, the people there are like so blown up about my speech, about everything. And I think I should be on tour of public speaking. And it is so great. I love to be with Best Buddies. It's so great, inspiring to everybody. And you guys are being great.
Woo, thank you, crowd. You are being great. Michael, I got one more question for you.
You got it.
We've done a whole lot together this past year, all around the state of Massachusetts. Can you tell me your favorite memory from 2024 as an ambassador?
Well, my favorite 2024 was I went to leadership conference. And by the way, I saw so many new people. Like, I couldn't even imagine how many people who I see. It's amazing. I am a people person. Well, thank you. And I'm glad. I can't go this year. I can't go again this year. But you guys have been very well. I mean, you guys have been very well. Even Paris Flynn helps me, in case I get airline tickets. She helps me with all that information. And everybody's great with Best Buddies and all that.
Michael, do you mind if I tell people a little anecdote about our trip to DBLC last year?
Oh, you got it! Or wait, maybe okay, so,
Okay.
Okay, so by the way, I had a sprained ankle. And it was not looking good because I walked so many, miles and miles and miles. And also my foot just snapped at me, and I had like a cast on, not an air boot, to help me put too much pressure. So I was very not doing well a little bit, and I was limping for about till it heals up. So Paris can take over if she need be and all that, and yeah.
This speaks to how good of friends we are, because that's exactly what I was going to tell everybody about, so thank you for opening that up for me. But what I was going to tell everyone about was, I don't know if you noticed Michael in our little video from our friend Shane, but Michael and I did a lot of dancing at the conference. And this is the magical thing about Michael, is he had this really intense injury, but every time that music came on, all of a sudden it magically went away, and we got to dance, and it was very fun.
Definitely burn a lot of calories going to BBS.
Oh, you better believe it.
We do a lot of walking.
You definitely get your cardio out.
Well, thank you for sharing, Michael.
You're welcome, Paris.
Can you pass the microphone to Miss Cassidy, please?
Oh yeah, here is Miss Cassidy.
Thank you.
Hey Cassidy, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. You were at BBLC with us this year as well too, right?
Yeah, 2 years.
2 years in a row. Do you want to tell us maybe your favorite memory from LC this past year?
Sure. This past year, I've been to BBLC. My favorite part about it is just meeting new people, seeing old friends, meeting a lot of celebrities that that you can even imagine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for sharing, Cassidy. You had like a really, really cool opportunity at the leadership conference this year too. You were selected to give your speech in the final round, right?
Really?
She's so excited.
She's so excited about it, she doesn't even remember. Remember when you and Jake gave your speeches in front of 200 people?
Yeah.
Cassidy, where were you?
Really in her own daydream.
And I guess I was there alone. Actually, no one else on the stage is in that room with me. Maybe I imagined it, but I'm pretty sure Jake Quinn and Cassidy Bauer were both selected to give their speeches in the final round. And then from there, we had Melinda and Shane were invited to give their speeches on stage. But you went to the final round. Maybe I'll show you some pictures when
Well, I am supposed to go to camp this year.
I know, unfortunately you can't join us at the conference this year, which we're so bummed about. But you had an amazing experience last year, and in that speech, maybe this is a hard question, because if you can't remember the speech, maybe you can't remember this bit. But remember in the speech, you told us about a very cool experience that you had a few years ago with Guy Fieri. Do you want to tell us about that?
Oh my God, yes. So I had an opportunity to fly to California with my mom and I. And I got selected to be on Guy's Grocery Games on the Food Network. If you guys want to watch the episode, if you have Amazon Prime or Hulu, it's on there. It's a Best Buddies Christmas special episode. And guess what?
Are we going to spoil it for them? Yeah. Are we going to spoil it for them? Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. I won. Yep, I won the $50 million check.
Close to that. I think it was more like 15,000, but Cassidy wouldn't be here with us right now. She'd be back on TV.
And I also had an opportunity to go to Miami with my mom, and I got selected to go to the Best Buddies Gala. And I got to serve over 850 lobster rolls.
Ooh. And you also had a really, really cool honor alongside two of your fellow Massachusetts State ambassadors at the gala as well. What did you get to do with them?
I got to go on stage and represent Guy's award.
Woo!
And there was a special video alongside guys award, and that was really, really cool too.
Thank you, Cassidy. Hey, Jacob.
Hey, Paris.
How's it going?
Good. How's it going?
Good, good. I'm doing great. Can I ask you a few questions?
Sure thing.
We also traveled a lot this past year, didn't we?
We have, yes.
We've gone to a lot of different organizations.
Yes, we have.
Can you tell people what we were doing when we were traveling around the state, what we were talking about?
Sure, but we're talking about inclusion and what Best Buddies means to me in Paris, and what Best Buddies means just to people and people with or without disabilities.
Thank you, Jacob. Amazing. You are a huge proponent. Whenever we're talking to students or organizations, one of your things that you always want to make sure you talk about is why the use of the R word is so harmful, and why you're really, really keen on advocating against it. Can you share a little bit about why it's so important for you to advocate against that?
Sure. I advocate for the R word because it's a word that we have that needs to be excluded. And what's nice of that is I get to share my stories in temples, churches, and schools to share why the R word is no good.
Thank you, Jacob. Of all the organizations and places that we spoke at this past year, can you tell me what your favorite one was?
Sure. My favorite organization that I spoke at this past year was Service Stars, because it's in the New Mass community. It's at a church in New Mass, and it's a great way to meet kids and to play games with them and just to just meet them, which is amazing.
Yeah. True story about this. When we've gone to Service Stars many times, we get to speak to the elementary schoolers there about inclusion and the importance of disability awareness and introduce them to Best Buddies. And after we do our presentation, we always get to go and play games with the elementary schoolers, and we have so much fun. Jacob has a little bit too much fun. He has such a great time.
Yes, I do.
And true story, one time he was having so much fun that he made me leave him there, and he played with them for the rest of the day.
Thanks, Pat. I offered you to stay. I wanted you to stay.
I had to get back to work.
Oh.
Gotta pay the bills.
Well, thank you so much, Jacob.
No worries.
Hey, David.
Hi, Paris.
How are you doing?
Great, how are you?
Feeling really good.
Excellent.
I have a few questions for you, David. My first one is, just like Melinda mentioned this earlier too, you've also got to hang out with our QB, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me a little bit about that experience?
I'm not like most people that when they meet a celebrity, they get starstruck. That's not me. I know boundaries, and I don't get me wrong, I was very, very happy to meet him, but you know, I when I meet a celebrity, I'm not gonna go up to him and just, you know, scream in their face and embarrass myself and act like a total idiot in front of them.
Right, because I mean, it's like Drake May, right? Thank you, Allie.
Right.
He's nobody compared to you, David. But that was a pretty cool experience. You got to be on live TV too, right?
That was embarrassing.
Embarrassing? Why do you say that?
I really don't like to be, like...
He's about to say he doesn't like the limelight as he's sitting on stage with us.
You can sort of say that.
I have one last question for you, David.
Yes.
You've been involved with Best Buddies for a while, and you're also a participant in our Jobs program. Can you tell us a little bit about how, whether being in the Ambassadors program or in Best Buddies in general, how it's impacted you and affected your life?
You guys have given me a platform to form new friendships, to actually have a paying job. Having a job is the best thing that's ever happened to me. If I were to go somewhere right now and apply, you know how people discriminate against other people, like, oh, we don't want you here because you got disabilities or anything else like that. That's not what I want.
And now you have an amazing job and you love it.
It's amazing.
We were just complaining about how busy we were today, but you still love it. It's a great job.
Just a few months ago, I got the Employee of the Month.
That is not surprising one bit, David. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Pass along to my friend Lynn.
We had 2 microphones. We didn't know which one to use.
Well, I can talk to both of you at the same time if you like.
Okay.
The girls in the sparkly dresses on the end. Hi, Melinda. Hi, Emily. Well, I guess since we're gonna all talk together, you guys are pretty stoked tonight because what is tonight to both of you? It's your first time what?
It's our first time meeting each other for the first time.
We have our only Rhode Island State Ambassador sitting at the very end, and our new Global Ambassador sitting right next to each other. And because our Ambassadors program is so tight, they've gotten to know each other pretty well over social media, but tonight's your first time meeting in person. I know you're pretty excited about it, aren't you?
Yeah, we are. It's been, for me, I'm very shy and I'm very quiet. As the only Rhode Island ambassador, I really don't know a lot of the Massachusetts ambassadors. And then me and Melinda talk over Zoom and we text over social media. So we got very close and we turned into best friends. So I'm very lucky to have Melinda join me next week, April 27th, at the Rhode Island Friendship Walk.
Nice little plug, Well, on the note of the Rhode Island Friendship Walk, what did you do at the Rhode Island Friendship Walk last year?
Oh yeah, last year as a new ambassador, this is my second year being the Rhode Island ambassador, I had my first big speech.
She did the main speech at the walk. Woohoo! And you crushed it. Is there something you want to say, Melinda?
Emily was not shy when I first saw her. She gave me a really big hug.
I was going to say, I didn't buy that either when she called herself a shy person. I don't think I would call you shy, Em, but that's okay. All right, Lynn, I have a question for you. You've also done so many amazing things over the past year. Can you tell me your favorite memory from 2024?
My favorite memory was when I did my speech at the closing ceremony, I honestly thought I could not make the whole speech because I almost lost my voice that day. So I'm very thankful for that. That was very unexpected. I found out like a few hours before that event. So it was very unexpected. And just dancing and getting to know people from different states and just, I love music and dancing. It's always been in me. So I love dancing with my friends and just singing and learning and growing about what ambassador really is. So I'm very grateful for it, and I'm gonna go again this year.
Woo! On that note then, now that you're a global ambassador, I know mentorship has always been really, really important to you and inspiring others, but now in this new role, can you tell us a little bit about why it's important for you to be a role model for the other participants?
Well, I found out I'm a global ambassador right on my birthday.
Can I tell them a story about that one? Well, so Melinda and I do a lot of meetings for ambassadors, right? And this was right after our little winter break. And Melinda's birthday was coming up. Our global director of the ambassadors program reached out to me and told me that her application was accepted and she was going to be a global ambassador. And it was very, very hard for me to keep this news from her. And we actually had a trip down to Quincy, Mass. I had to go from Rockport, Mass. to Worcester to Quincy, Mass. back to Worcester. We had a long day together. And I had to keep my mouth shut that entire day. And it was very, very hard. And we were working with the global director to schedule a time to have a three-way call that Melinda could find out she's a global ambassador. And we were given two options. I believe it was maybe the 19th and the 21st. And Melinda said she couldn't do the 19th and we were gonna have to do the 21st. And I was like, no, Melinda wanted to do the 19th. I wanted to do the 21st. Melinda said she couldn't do the 21st because it was her birthday.
It's 22nd.
22nd. Oh my gosh, I'm the worst friend ever. Sorry, Melinda. It's 22nd. Sorry. It was the 22nd. And Melinda was like a little bit upset. And was like, Paris, can we just like have a day off? Like, it's my birthday. I don't want to be working on my birthday. I was like, Melinda, I understand it, but I think that you're going to want to have this meeting on your birthday. And she was really upset, and we had to spend a whole day together, and I couldn't give it away to her. But then, you're not so mad at me now, right?
What?
No. Are you happy that I forced you to have it on your birthday?
Yeah, afterwards.
Well, happy birthday.
Thank you.
Oh.
What was the question?
Why is being a mentor important to you?
I'm so grateful I'm a global ambassador because I put in the hard work, the dedication, and the love and passion I have for Best Buddies. And just sharing my experiences and how excited I get with my friends from work. And just everybody, just my friends from Special Olympics, my friends from everywhere. Just hearing how excited and happy I get through my Best Buddies journey is what got me to where I am now.
Thank you for sharing them. I have a question for the girl in the sparkly dress at the very end.
Yes, Paris.
So you and one of our friends, I know she's in this room somewhere, you guys, oh, she's right there. What did you guys just audition for?
We both auditioned for the Patriots cheerleaders. Bad news is we both got cut. Not really bad, but it was okay. I got cut in the first half. Tori got cut in the second half of auditions. The judges are very, very, it wasn't like the timing, and the Patriots cheerleaders are very hard to get on. Thanks to Best Buddies and having Tori by my side, it was really helpful because I put it in my cover letter, how I am the only Rhode Island ambassador. Drace's mom, who is the new cheer captain, his mom works for the New Hampshire Best Buddies. She works by side with Tori, with the new E Buddies. So we thought it was gonna be a 95 to 100% chance for me to get on the team, but it wasn't the right time. I just not get word yet, but hopefully soon. I did apply to go for the Celtics Entertainment Dance Team.
Woo-hoo.
I'm just hoping to get word tomorrow and see if I go to the next round. The next round is solos, so I've already been working on it by myself, so I've been choreographing everything. If you don't know, I am a dancer, so I do pro dance with Tori. Tori and I just did our last trio together last night at Jazz. Tori will be moving with the Massachusetts crew, so it will just be me and Steven together for the Rhode Island crew. So it's kind of heartbreaking, but I know I will still be with Tori because I'll be still torturing her. So no truth. If you guys think that me and Tori we do a lot together, so now it's time for me and Steven to take a chance.
Ooh, thank you.
We've been dancing, oh my gosh. I think the first time we met at Vivant, and I didn't know Tori was with Best Buddies, with Massachusetts Rhode Island, until she told me that I was becoming the new ambassador. So she kind of told the secret before Paris told me. So sorry, Paris, for the truth. Tori ruined it. So truth is out. That's how I found out. It was at jazz class. She said, I need your email for something. I said, what is it for? She said, you're the only Rhode Island ambassador. And I was like, wait, are you serious? Or you putting a joke on me? Because I really thought it was a joke. So, because I didn't know that I could be becoming ambassador, but thanks to Best Buddies of Providence College, Cammie and that crew, it was a dream come true. And I was like, holy mackerel, I didn't know that.
Thank you so much, Lynn, can you hand the microphone back down this way, if you don't mind?
Wait, what was the question?
You answered it. You did a good job.
Okay.
Don't worry. You crushed it. I'm now going to take a couple questions from the crowd. Does anybody have a question for any of our participants?
Tori, you probably have one for me.
Hey everyone, good job up there. Well done. Alright, this is for all of you. What made you become an ambassador?
Good question. So for me, becoming the only Rhode Island ambassador and doing my first speech at the Providence College track at the Friendship Walk and having so many opportunities, I really think becoming for Rhode Island ambassador is advocating for people with intellectual disabilities and growing the Rhode Island chapter. The Rhode Island Ambassadors Program. Carrie and I went on to the roadshow about 2 months ago, and we both talked about like the new programs and the East Buddies and the chapters. We grew so much. We have Rhode Island now has so many chapters now. We have elementary schools now. We have middle schools, we have college, and we're growing onto the high schools right now. So I really think that's like a huge part of being the ambassador for Rhode Island.
Thank you, Em.
At first, I didn't want to become an ambassador because I was so shy. I did not want to do it. When I first had my best buddy, I was struggling with finding a job, and it took me at least, I would say, 2 years to finally get that job in the hospital. And so I told my best buddy, I'm not gonna give up, I'm gonna keep trying. And so my best buddy's like, that should be the quote of your life, like, never give up. And that's where I started saying that to everybody, not to give up. And she says, have you heard of it? Have you heard of the ambassador program? And I says, no. Then when she started explaining about talking in front of people, I says, I don't want to do it. And now, she was saying basically you could learn about self-advocacy, and that's what I really needed the most. And then that's when I started learning about writing the speech, and before you know it, I unexpectedly read my speech in front of 2,000 people.
It was suggested to me by one of my job coaches.
I joined the Ambassadors Program to make new friends and to just be social and to have a great time.
When I got involved with Best Buddies, after I aged out of the recent Best Buddies that I've got involved in, when I first met Paris, she got me involved. But most of all, not just Paris got me involved, but I have a special friend that also got me involved, Miss Belinda. Has been helping me sign up for the events and everything. So I appreciate all of what Melinda does, and she's my sidekick. She's my special friend that lives not too far from me. So I want to say thanks, girlfriend.
Well, I feel very inspiring here today. It is so wonderful for all of you to come out, and I wish everybody can talk to people about how they can get involved with Best Buddies and how they can become ambassadors, schools, colleges, whatever. And this has been the whole Massachusetts has been very, very grateful. And if we keep going on this, we're going to keep getting people more into Best Buddies, ambassadors. And I would really think if anybody has not know about Best Buddies, you can come up and talk to me, speak to Paris, speak to Kara, speak to anybody, one who can help you guys out. If you guys have any time, free time, you guys can feel free to talk to me or Paris or Kara or anybody. Feel free, because we're all the best people. We're all the best. And I just like to have one more thing to say is I work at Walgreens, and I've got an employee of the month so many times in decades. And so I got nominated, and I got chosen to go to their district office in Waltham. Used to be in Waltham, and I was so psyched, but I did not make the trip, but I was so excellent. Nominating, I got employee of the month. I've been there since 2015. I've been there for 10 years. And I'm trusting my corporate dollars. So if you guys have any questions, just let me know. Paris or anybody can hand back the mic and all that.
I became an ambassador just because I like hanging out with people that just sharing my story to motivate people to potentially become ambassadors of their own. And I'm a people person. I like hanging out with people, and being involved with Best Buddies is like a family in my mind, because we all do stuff that we love to do, no matter what it is. We always have fun with all a smile, and we're always included, which is very nice. And I'm just glad that I am a celebrity ambassador.
Wait, Paris, I have a question for Jimmy. Paris, I have a question for Jimmy.
Oh, I was just gonna say, I don't know how we top that off, but we can do one more question. Go ahead.
All right, Jimmy, what is your favorite part being on the Champions movie?
So my favorite part about the movie is meeting everybody, because I never acted before, so that was my first time ever acting. And I didn't say any words. I was eating cookies. And that was in middle school. That doesn't really count. My favorite part was meeting everybody. We instantly connected. I became friends, not with the people on the camera, but I became friends with people behind the camera. And it was just an amazing feeling that I'm really glad that I did it. And I actually cried the very last day of film because I didn't want to leave. And then Woody actually came over and said some words that made me cry less. So I'm just really glad that I get to see all my friends again for Champions 2.
Well, with that, I think we can say thank you to all of our amazing panelists for that wonderful conversation. You can all return to the seats, and Jimmy, say a few words. Alrighty, my friend Andre, will you please return to the stage?
Andre, return to the stage.
Andre! Share microphone. Well, that was amazing, but honestly, we're gonna get to my favorite part right now that I've been looking forward to for so long. We get to give out awards to, every single one of our ambassadors deserves to be celebrated, even those that aren't here tonight. They're obviously all superstars, and I hope you guys got to see a little glimpse of that just now with our panel. But now we get to give out some awards to some of our participants who went above and beyond in 2024. So I'm gonna hand it over to Jimmy and Andre to present those awards.
Well, good evening, everyone, again. Now, we are so excited to kick off our awards presentation segment of the night. What better way to close this wonderful night by recognizing some of our very own ambassadors?
We are so excited to recognize a few participants who went above and beyond in 2024 to spread the Best Buddies mission of inclusion whenever attending the most trainings, completing the most speaking engagements like this one today, or demonstrating extreme initiative. These participants deserve acknowledgments for their hard work and dedication this past year.
Now, does this mean I get an award for putting up with you for being my roommate at BBLC?
Ditto. Just kidding. We had a great time. That's why we're here presenting together tonight. Our first award goes to a new participant in our programs. This participant is recognized for her passion for the mission and commitment to improve her skills by attending the most trainings in her first year ambassador. The Emerging Talent Award goes to Emily Sanita. Thank you.
Our next award will be given to two participants who pushed themselves in 2024 and committed to growing their skills and stepping out of their comfort zone. We were so impressed by the improvement these two have made in their speaking and presentation skills this past year. The most improved awards go to Kaylee Barker. And Nathaniel Lewin.
Congratulations. Thank you, Andre. Our next award is the Dedication Award. This participant is recognized for their passion for learning and dedication to growth by attending a total of 14 state ambassador trainings in 2024. Please join us in congratulating Sasha Andrus.
So next, sneaky. So next, we are recognizing a participant who has gone above and beyond to advocate for inclusion and promote equality for people living with disabilities, with a particular focus on spreading autism awareness. The Inclusion Award goes to Alberto Sarmiento Montoya.
We will now present the Advocacy Award to an ambassador who has used their skills and knowledge to lead and uplift other participants. He is also the first ambassador to help curate and co-lead a state training, as he co-led the self-advocacy ambassador training last fall. Please join us in congratulating Francesco Gladys.
Can I say my speech? You can say something real quick.
Wonderful to see everyone. Thank you for coming out tonight. I'd first like to give a big thank you to the best buddies in Massachusetts and Rhode Island, and a special thanks to Paris Flynn. In high school, I didn't have many friends. I only had classmates that were with me the whole time from one school to another. But I also never got to meet my real best buddy until high school. That changed everything. Best Buddies is not just an organization for me. It's a family, because everyone in Best Buddies shows their part being a family. Starting with Kara, you mind coming up?
Videotaping you.
As our statewide coordinator, Kara. Then we have our deputy admission, Caitlin. And best for last, our deputy director of programs, Allie. Can you come up? All right.
Thanks, friend.
But there's one staff that I want to recognize tonight. Can Paris come out for a second, please? She has taught me that anything is possible when you put your mind together and dream big. Like my mom used to say all the time, always be you, no matter what else but yourself, because that's the best one of all, being you. One of my favorite memories with Paris was making my first video as an ambassador at the Best Buddy Friendship Walk in Worcester, Mass. At Polar Park. After the recording of the video, remembering Paris saying that you're going to make a great ambassador and I know you will do well. Look at me now, here and accepting an award for all my amazing work, but I couldn't do it with all of you today, making sure Best Buddies continues these amazing programs like the Ambassador Program. It's teaching me to continue making inclusion happen because people like me are unique and different. So let's make more unique and different happen. Let's go Best Buddies.
Next, we present the Enthusiasm Award to a participant who is a beacon of light and constant promoter of positivity and friendship in our community. This participant also attended 11 state ambassador trainings and 10 speaking engagements in 2024. Please join us in recognizing Michael Heller.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Way to go, Mr. Giggles. And that's why he's called Mr. Giggles.
That's right.
Our final award this evening is our Mission Champion Award. This participant is recognized for embodying the mission of inclusion and friendship, and for going above and beyond this past year. He's traveled all across the state to educate others about disability etiquette and the importance of practicing kindness and helping others to feel like they belong. He attended 6 state ambassador trainings and completed 14 speaking engagements in 2024. Please join us in congratulating Jacob Myers. Congratulations, everybody.
So we were like, oh. I don't know what to talk about. So we would like to end this by saying, can we have all the staff stand up, please? Can we have the staff stand up?
Paris is already standing up.
So on behalf of Jimmy, me, and all the state and global ambassadors out there, we would like to thank you all so much for changing our lives. We thank you all.
Yeah,
give them a round of applause.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you.
We said a round of applause.
And if it weren't for you all, we wouldn't be standing here today. And to all the ambassadors who spoke tonight, you guys were impressive.
Well, thank you.
You guys were impressive. And Jacob, congrats, my man. You're amazing. And Jose, amazing speech. You were amazing. Melinda, you were awesome. I'm proud of you. And to everyone who has attended, thank you all so much. On behalf of the Best Buddies Massachusetts and Rhode Island staff, me and Jimmy would like to say good night.
I thought you were going to say good night. Before we let you go, I think Michael is going to come back up. And we're going to give us some raffle prizes.
I have raffle tickets in my pocket.
Before we do that, let's give a huge round of applause to our incredible co-hosts, Andre and Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Oh boy.
My raffle tickets are missing.
All right.
Okay.
All right, well, our first prize.
Our first prize is the Helmington Beach. It's a blender.
Shake it up, shake it up. Oh yeah.
920-7517. Anybody? Check those raffle tickets, I know. Oh, that must have been. Okay, going once. $920-7517.
All right, we're gonna pull another number.
Okay, the second prize is the muffin.
Oh no, we're still doing the.
Oh, Helmington. Oh, the blender. Okay, still with the blender. 920-7464. Faith, congratulations! Okay. No, that's what it says on the paper. Okay, the second prize is a Bite Donut Maker. Okay, listen for your numbers. 9207428. Yay! Congratulations! Something. Oh, which one are we doing? Okay. Okay, this raffle is for Best Buddy swag. Oh yeah! Including the speaker's logo on it. An ornament. A cardi pound. It goes back in your phone. For credit cards. Ooh, that's great. Oh, yeah. Okay, here we go. Listen for your numbers. 9207-377. Yay! We're going for the Celtics craft. Okay, listen to your numbers. Okay, listen. 920-7533. Nine 7533. I would like to say thank you for all you guys for coming, and you guys have been terrific.
Thank you, Michael.
Hold on. Mr. Giggles? This is for you. Mr. Giggles is very excited about this.
Mr. Giggles!
Mr. Giggles! Oh, yeah!
Thank you, No, I want to go up and see. Okay. I can do it through carrier.
Before we leave, hi, I'm Allie Formicella. I'm the Deputy Director of Programs here at Best Buddies Massachusetts. On behalf of myself and the rest of the programs team that is here, we just want to give a huge thank you to Paris. This has been on her heart for a very long time. She got this together very quickly because it's something that she wanted to do. She had, we just wanted to make it happen for this year, and she did an incredible, incredible job. So let's just give it up to Paris. Next year we know it's going to be bigger and better, and we can't wait for it already. I'm already counting down the days. This was awesome. So thank you so much for coming. We really appreciate it.